welcome to the first edition of What Does This Deck Do for 2025. Our focus this week is going to be on the deck Stiflenought. Let's get started. Originally printed in Mirage, Phyrexian Dreadnought is a card that for its time was an incredibly large creature. Because of Dreadnought's triggered ability, however, getting one into play took some jumping through hoops. As such, players turn to effects like Stifle to play this card, allowing you to cast a Dreadnought, stifle the triggered ability, and get a 1-mana 12/12 with trample. Thus the name Stiflenought was born to describe decks that do this, persisting even today when decks no longer even play the card Stifle. Over time, Stiflenought has developed into a tempo strategy in Legacy, utilizing Force of Will and Daze to protect its very large threat in order to close the game out in short order. During this time, players have played a wide array of cards besides Stifle to try to cheat in a 12/12 trample creature for 1 mana. Everything from Vision Charm, Scroll of Fate, and even Torpor Orb has seen play in a Stiflenought deck at one point. In general, it feels like almost every other set these days has at least one card that favorably interacts with Dreadnought, enough that it is worth exploring. The modern era of Stiflenought has been far more kind to the deck. Modern Horizons 2 introduced the card Dress Down, which allowed the deck to deploy a flash speed card on their opponent's end step, and then proceed to cast any number of Dreadnoughts from hand, which drastically speeds up the clock. 2024 era sets like Murders at Karlov Manor and Modern Horizons 3 introduced new cards like Doorkeeper Thrull and Consign to Memory, respectively. In addition, the Universes Beyond Fallout set introduced Curie Emergent Intelligence, which is another way to get a Dreadnought into play and also be able to draw a bunch of cards when connecting with damage. Consign to Memory, however, is probably one of the deck's biggest power level upgrades in quite some time, as while it can act for a Stifle for a Dreadnought, its flexibility and to be able to answer a large swath of the format's shenanigans helps the deck be more proactive and powerful. Stiflenought is a super interesting deck and has a strong community behind it. I'm going to link the Stiflenought Discord in the video description for anyone who wants to engage in learning more about this deck, in addition to a YouTube video at the end of the video that you can see this deck in action. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of What Does This Deck Do? I will be continuing to do more of these videos, so be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for future videos. What deck would you like to see next? And also, what format would you like to see next? I do plan to do some of these for Vintage and Pauper, so if you want to see one of those, just let me know. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next time.